So when is Skadi Alter coming to AK Global, or when is Chen Alter coming to AK Global? I get a lot of these questions nowadays because the event order right after Dark Knight's Memoir is very uncertain. In fact, if you watch the previous video that I did, which was the future of AK Global, I wasn't able to cover all the events after that because at that point in time I had no information. But now, we've already seen the schedule that CN has experienced, and I think it's about time that we piece together what's going to happen for AK Global in the next few months. The sort of good news that I have is that we are actually able to picture out what's going to happen in AK Global for the next 7 months, but the trouble is what's the order. To figure out the order, we will need to cover all the events that AKCN has experienced, and then afterwards piece it together like a puzzle to figure out what exactly is the order for us. So let's get started on that. Now, the first event that AKCN experienced right after the Dark Knight's Memoir rerun is A Walk in the Dust. Now, this is the passenger banner. It's a side story event, but there's a lot of rewards to get out of this. It's a 2 weeks long event. Your usual 500k LMD will return, a lot of EXP stuff. At the same time, there's also good materials. There's freaking electronic circuit right there, 5 of them for you to get, and those things are very hard to produce. So it's a decent event in terms of rewards. As to whether you want to pull on the banner, I think it's your own accord. If you're a passenger lover because you apparently like how he looks, then go ahead. Although I'll talk more about him probably the time when his event drops. On the other hand, there's also Todifonts in that banner, and Heavy Rain is a welfare operator, so you don't have to worry about pulling her. During this event as well, of course, every single event always comes with skins and reruns, so there is the Bloodline of Combat skin that happens in this point in time. Helga and Shirayuki receives their own VOC skin, and then the previous VOC skins will also rerun. There's also a new furniture set that you'll face during this time period, and there's also some recruitment update. That's the event for A Walk in the Dust. Right after A Walk in the Dust is Undertides, so this is the 2nd anniversary event. This is where you're going to see Skadi Alter, and at the same time also Kelsit. I would say the event has its own hype. There's a lot of freebies and good stuff to expect from here. So event rewards, very big. 500k LMD again, a lot of good materials waiting out for you. And the new operators this time, as mentioned, is going to be Skadi Alter, Kelsit, and Akafuyu. Gladia is a 6-star, but the unique thing about Gladia is that she's a welfare 6-star, so you can get her very easily when you're just playing this event. And Gladia is a character that I would say is to be hyped for. Apparently right now in CN they're experiencing CC6, and as per usual there are a good number of players who's trying max risk. So Gladia actually made it to the max risk strategies, and I think that's a good for her, you know. A new operator actually making it far out there. It's gonna take a long time if I were to cover every single detail that happens in this event. I will cover it when the time comes for EN again, but there's gonna be things like your usual free limited pools. There's gonna be a login event where there's a spot skin. You get Orundums from mining Orundums, so it's not lottery ticket anymore. It's gonna be a mining site kind of mechanic. Savage returns. There's gonna be 5 stars that you can get. The previous 5-star ticket where you can choose Raid, Silence, Liscam, and Premonics, it's back. And there's also a 5-star recruitment ticket, so you can choose any 5-star of your choice. There's a limited set of 5 stars. I'm not sure who they are to tell you about it, but you can choose a 5-star entirely out of your choice. There's also going to be the OP refresh, so if you bought OP, the W value is going to be back at this point in time. Of course, during a special big event, they're going to have their own limited time packs. And to top it all off, there's going to be new skins and furnitures as well. Annihilation, all the previous Annihilation will rerun at this point in time. So it seems like a very major event, although a little sad thing is that it's actually just going to be a main story event, so just some bunch of event stages and enemies, new mechanics and whatnot, topped up with just all these free goodies to make our anniversary look like a really big one. So I look forward to this point in time, but once again we'll cover more about it when this event actually drops for us. Alright, after anniversary is the CC Spectrum. So this is CC5. There's a blue poison skin that you can get out of the event store. And all these supply stages are going to be reopened again. So this is a very usual trend of CC. There's going to be a joint action banner during this point in time. So there's 4 operators to be featured. It's Tones, Reedy, Suzerain, and Nightingale. One of the best joint action banners that I've seen yet. If you don't know about how it works, basically you can only get these 6 stars if you obtain a 6-star from this banner. So if you've not even gotten a single one of them, this is like one of the must-pull banners for yourself. There's also a skin rerun happening here, so it's the Rhodes Kitchen skins, the Magalan, Bee Hunter, and Istina. They got themselves very cutesy skins, so it's good to see them coming back. After CC Spectrum, AKCN experienced Preluding Lights, so this is the Carnelian banner. The Carnelian banner comes together with a free welfare operator that's Benna. And there's also Kirara. It's a AoE specialist. and there's also Indigo, which is a charge caster. This is a mini story event. It's just 1 week long, so it's just like your Beyond Here, or what was the Surtur event called? Was it called Rewinding Breeze? I think, yeah, those two events. It's a 1 week long event. Just complete the stages and you're done. It's very easy to just complete everything in day 1. Very few rewards to get out of this, so don't expect too much. There's no new enemies. It's just the previous events, stages, and enemies all compiled in one to make up this event. And this event also comes together with a new furniture set, if that interests you. After Preluding Light, CN experienced the Twilight of Volumonde rerun. So again, for rerun events, as you have seen from DM, there's not as many rewards as the previous actual main event. All the materials are severely reduced, which is the trend of rerun banners. It's already stated by the developers that rerun will not have a lot of rewards. But the good thing is that the farming stages are still there. During this event, you can still farm for your Grindstone, a Keaton, and Incandescent Alloy in this case. During this event, there are operators returning as rate-up ones, so there's Suzerain, Click, and Aerscarp coming in, and following is the Welfare Operator, so you can obtain her once again. There are skins rerunning as well, which is the Epoch skin. There's Mostima and Estasia coming back, and during this event, Following is gonna get her own beautiful skin. It's gonna cost OP to actually get her skin, even though she's a free operator, you still have to buy her skin. The furniture set, Lieutenant Knights, is also gonna rerun during this point in time, so if you've not gotten it, you can actually get it over here. After Twilight of Volumonde is interlocking competition. I can just give a brief summary. It's something to do with the fact that every time you enter an event stage, you will go in with a certain number of operators, and whichever operators that you bring to the stage, they cannot be brought to the later stages. So for example, if you use Surtur and Tauns in a stage, then stage 2 and stage 3 you can't use them at all. The main point of the event is that you have to try to clear all of the stages until you reach the final boss one, and then you manage to kill off the boss stage itself. It's not too difficult of an event. It can be tough for new players, but for people who have been around for quite a bit, like your level 60, 70, I think this event is going to be a breeze for you guys. Again, there's no farming stages, just complete all of the stuff, and there's not as many rewards. It's just a small event. In fact, this is only 1 week long. So again, don't expect too much from it. Even for the banner itself, there's not a lot of new operators. The only new operator is Palas. I think this event has 2 5-stars that you can obtain from it. It's Spectre and Project Raid that are rated up together with it. So yeah, nothing all too much. Your only goal will probably be Palas herself. There are new skins and very nice skins to get from this event, which is the Tsukinogi, Perfumer, and Beeswax skin. I am really vying for that Beeswax skin. I'm definitely saving up for her because her skin is pretty damn cute. If you've never seen it, go and find the videos of Beeswax skin. It's one of the best that I've ever seen. At the same time, there's also a free skin during this event, and it's the Podenko skin. It's damn cute as well. I think a lot of people are looking forward to this skin coming into the game. 2 skins in particular are rerunning, is the Rope skin and the Neural skin. So if you've not gotten them yet, this is the 3rd time that they're in the game, so you can obtain them at this point in time. Finally, there's a new furniture set tied together with this event, so another collection for you to complete. Now, despite being a 1 week long event, right after this event ends, another event comes together with it, which is Vigilo. I do think that in contrast to people not liking interlocking competition as much, Vigilo is actually a really fun mini event. Again, mini story event, very fast to complete. Just do all the stages and you're done. So day 1, you're out, you have nothing to do for the rest of the entire week. There are 7 stages, and the theme of the 7 stages have to do with the bosses in the game. So you're gonna see all the previous story chapters bosses appearing in each of the levels, and maybe even some merged together to make it a very fun time to play. So not a lot of rewards, but there's a free province skin that you can get out of this. So look forward. After Vigilo is Gabriel the Great Chief return. It's another rerun event, not a lot of rewards, but the operators that were in this event are gonna come back. So in this case, we're speaking of the operators from the Eunectus banner. There's Eunectus, Acid Drop, and Flint that is gonna return the banner, and Tomimi is the welfare operator during this event. You can re-obtain her again. I think this event has probably the most number of skins appearing in the shop at the same time. Angelina, Airfiela, and Whisperine are getting their own summer skins, and this comes together with the previous skins as well, where there's Croissant, Silver Ash, and Kyobi also rerunning. Platinum, Provence, and Skadi are also rerunning at this point in time. So 9 skins in total coming to the store, all summer theme, all the fun stuff compiled in one. I imagine a lot of people are gonna go broke for OP if let's say you haven't obtained a lot of skins and you're actually wanting to get them. Finally, the furniture set Tribal Hut is rerunning, so you can obtain all of these stuff again during the event. After Gabriel rerun is the big major event where there's Chen Outer and Mizuki. So this is Summer Carnival Dorsalus Holiday. There's a lot of rewards to get out of this. There's even like infinite materials that you can get, although of course the sanity conversion may not be as worth it, but it really depends on yourself. Still, goodies are everywhere. Go ahead and get them all. And during this point in time, the biggest goodie is probably not just the materials, but the operator that's within the event. And in this case, it's Chen Outer, Mizuki, and La Pluma. Tequila, the doggo boy that you see in the middle, he's the welfare operator of this event, and he's a little bit like a mini Silver Ash, which I will explain his kit again when he actually gets closer into EN. All the usual stuff about limited banner applies here, so there's the free 10 pulls, there's the free daily pulls, and then afterwards there's also the usual login event. Lottery ticket is back again for you to collect more randoms. There's the event store that you can get Tequila from and Susuro skin as well. If you're the sort that's been waiting for a long time for Susuro skin, now is the time to celebrate. And then there's also the beautiful Coracle skin. So that's Jay, Project Red, Mudrock, and Sadaroka getting their own skins. I am definitely getting the Mudrock skin and the Project Red skin. They look real pretty in what they're wearing. There's also a new furniture set that you can get out of this. It looks like a relaxation spa-like place. It's a very comfortable looking dormitory. And at the same time, there's also recruitment operators that came in for AKCN at this point in time. These 5 operators have been added to recruitment. And there's also limited time packs, the usual stuff about major events. After Dorsalis Holiday is CC Wild Scales. This is CC 6. There's a Warframe skin that you can get out of this. And Tones apparently have a rerun banner. So if you are wanting to get Tones again, he's on the rate up mode. There's also the material stages all open for these 2 weeks of the CC event. And the final set of Coracle skins are rerunning. So that's Gumi, Ifrit, Sora, Shining, Vigna, and Skyfire all rerunning at the same time. The Rhodes Island Furniture Workshop reruns at this point in time as well if you're a furniture collector. The finalist most detailed event that we're aware of as of now is the Chapter 9 release. So Chapter 9 is called Stormwatch. Apparently the crux of the story has to do with Bagpipe and the new operator, which is Selich. I think that's how you pronounce her name. I'm still not very certain, I'm sorry if I butcher her name, but I'm gonna call her Selich in this case. The new operators that we're gonna get is gonna be the new 6-star Vanguard, Selich herself, and then there's also the middle girl, which is... I actually forgot her name. I figured it out, it's Mulberry, a new type of medic. Apparently it's called a Wandering Medic, and the reason for this new subclass is because of the new mechanics that we're gonna face in Chapter 9. It's something to do with element damage. I can't explain too much because even I myself, I don't really understand what it is, but there's a new type of damage that we're gonna experience in the game. We'll figure it out when it comes to EN, and the last 4-star of the banner is Roberta, also a new archetype actually. This is a ground supporter. She's able to block people properly, have a decent defense, and at the same time she's supporting the other operators as well. At this point in time, the lucrative sanity packs and the material packs are rerunning, so this is the time to farm 1-7 again to get all your sanity packs. You can get this whenever you play any stages. A very nice free skin comes together with this Chapter 9 release. It's the Pinecone skin, and it's very pretty. She's in Idol now. A lot of people are saying that she looks like Hachama. I get the similarity, but I shall see Pinecone as herself. Very, very elegant of her. And also there are new skins as well. It's Aketo and Estasia getting their own idol-like skins also. There are previous skins rerunning. It's the Suzerain, April, and Leonhardt skin. This is the Vital Fuel series. And there's also a new furniture set that we're gonna get from this event. Now, I did mention this is the most detailed event that we are aware of. CN actually already teased what are the next 2 events to come after this. So the next 2 events are the Blemishine rerun, and then this event called Pinus Silver Trees, which Pinus Silver Trees is supposedly in the same context of Casimir's, and there's gonna be new horse girls that we're gonna see again, but I'm not sure how they're related to the previous horse girls that we have, which is Nerl, Slash, and Blemishine, but we'll see when it happens. All they did is tease the silhouettes of the new operators, the new 6-star and 5-star, but we don't know their name and what they exactly do until it actually happens. The final most dreaded one, I would say, is that right after Pinus Silver Trace for AKCN, it's about time of their half-year anniversary mark. So, if there's a half-year anniversary event for AKCN, is there gonna be a new limited operator, or is it gonna be a single banner? We do not know, we're gonna have to see when it happens. But all in all, this is the entire timeline that AKCN has experienced up till now. I hope it gives you a nice event overview for everything that happens, but each event will be explained into further detail when they actually drop for AKEN by me. Alright, I'll produce the videos for you guys. So, now that we know this, let's talk about the timeline for AKEN. Now, a lot of people are saying that it doesn't seem like Undertide is going to happen next month because it's specifically stated to be 2nd anniversary. So people are saying, is it going to be reserved for January and then all the events are pushed forward again? To me, I do think that that's the most logical thing to happen. In fact, that's what happened for AKEN last year, right? W was a anniversary banner herself and she was shifted backwards, and the events after hers was pushed forward. So Suzerain and Rosa was pushed forward and they were added to the CC Pyrite instead. So CC Pyrite had W, Elysium and Weedy within that, but for AK Global we didn't get to use the 3 of them. Instead we got to use Rosa and Suzerain. So it's very likely that it's going to be the same way that it happens again, that we get 2 different 6 stars from AKCN and we miss the chance to use Skadi Alter and Calcit for this coming CC. So the 2 6 stars shifted forward are probably Carnelian and Palas, and then we're going to miss out on the chance to use the limited operators that are to come. With this in mind that that's the picture of the timeline, let me show you what will happen if Anniversary stays as Anniversary. Now this is the calendar that I showed during the Future of AK Global video. So right now we're facing Dark Knight's Memoir rerun. Now the duration of the event that I'm showing here is the duration that the events are open. This is not how long the banners last. Banners are always 2 weeks long. The reason that I'm choosing to show the event stages is to explain to you guys the fact that when the event is running and the event stops and the banner still goes on, technically the period where there's no event is considered our break. You get what I mean? Like, I don't think AKEN plans our break in the form of breaks between banners. They only plan breaks between the event stages. So if let's say an event is like a 7-day long event and then there's still 7 days behind, they consider that 7 days as like our break. And it's very likely that they'll just punch an event right after the end of a particular person's banner to keep, the flow going. So the optimistic thing about the coming few banners, if let's say Anniversary was stuck as Anniversary, is that there's probably going to be good enough breaks in between each event. So after Dark Knight's Memoir rerun, it's going to be Preluding Lights, that's the Carnelian banner. And then after Carnelian banner, we're going to face Twilight of Volumande rerun. Thereafter, it's Interlocking Competition, and then it's Vigilo. CC Spectrum comes after that, so after we've obtained the 2 6 stars, then we get to use them in CC Spectrum. And then it's going to be A Walk in the Dust, followed by Undertide, which is the anniversary event for AK Global. I've done this timeline in a way where second anniversary is exactly the same date as anniversary event that was done for AK Global last year. For last year, W banner dropped on the 30th of December, which in this case, I think is probably going to drop around the same time. It's either the 30th or the 31st, or maybe even 1st January, just within that time duration. So it makes sense up to this point that this might just be our event order. Now after Undertides, we're going to get the Gavel the Great Chief Return event, and then it's going to be Dorcelus Holiday, a Summer Carnival. After Dorcelus Holiday, this is a 3 weeks long event, that's why you see so much of a block over there. It's going to be CC Wild Scales after that, followed by the Chapter 9 release, Mara Null rerun, Pinus Silvertrius, and at the very end of April, as you can see over there, is the half-year anniversary. For us, we don't call it half-year anniversary, we call it a fan appreciation event. If you remember, Mudrock and Rosmontes came for us actually in the month of May. We're probably going to receive our fan appreciation event as a yearly affair, which is probably going to fall on the same date of 30 April or 1st May. And if we look at it as a whole, it kind of makes sense as a timeline. Now the thing about this timeline is that it's gonna be a little bit frustrating because if you notice what's going on, we don't know if the half anniversary event has a limited operator, although it's very likely so that there will be because it's half anniversary, and Rosmontes needs to rerun as a limited operator to obtain from the Spark Store again. So if let's say there is a limited operator here, we're gonna get a limited operator in May, we're gonna get a limited operator in February, we're gonna get a limited operator in January. Now a lot of people are saying, why in the world is AKCN angry, they're being like crybabies over their own drama and all that kind of thing. I'm not very certain why people commented that way in my video, when the point of the video is that we at AKEN are gonna experience the exact same treatment that Hypergrave has given to AKCN in a bit, with so many limited operators being squeezed together. So, I mean, with this timeline, I hope that it gets more people to understand my point of view when I made that video. A lot of you have messaged me personally to ask me, hey Cookie, how is the AKCN drama? What's going on? Has Hypergrave responded? I can just say very briefly in this video that no, Hypergrave has not responded. They chose to keep quiet. I'm even more surprised that Chapter 9 has no live stream, because previous chapter releases all had live streams. I think the next time they're gonna do a live stream is on the mid-year half anniversary, and at that point in time, that's probably the latest that they need to make an answer. Because imagine they do a live stream and they don't really explain the previous situation. I think a lot of players are gonna get angry over it again. So yeah, it's still silent treatment right now. We are just gonna be players playing the game until hopefully they make some noise about it. Now this timeline that I've showed you guys is if anniversary is safe for anniversary. There is a contention point where some people are saying, hey Cookie, what if it's not safe for anniversary? Like what if Skadi Alter is actually gonna be in the same timeline as AKCN? Meaning to say we're probably gonna receive her next month. It felt like it doesn't make sense at first because, you know, the entire Undertides thing is branded as second anniversary. But I do understand why some people feel that theory makes sense. I'll explain it and then I'll tell you which speculation do I support more. Now I'm going to show you the timeline if actually there's no shuffle in events at all and anniversary is not going to be like, they're not going to bother that anniversary is anniversary. They're just going to forego it and they'll just do the limited operator in like next month and then just go very tightly with how CN experience things. So Dark Knight's Memoir rerun is happening now. If they follow AKCN schedule, the next event is going to be A Walk in the Dust. After A Walk in the Dust, it's going to be Undertides, which is in October this time. And then it's going to be Preluding Lights, Twilight of Volobonde, Interlocking Competition, Vigilo, CC Spectrum, Gavel the Great Chief Return, and Dorsalus Holiday Summer Carnival. Now, the thing here is that if you haven't realized, our actual anniversary date is on 17th January for AK Global. So it was actually very weird last year when they did the event on 29th December because at that point in time when they call it an anniversary event, we're like 2 weeks early to actually celebrate our anniversary. But in this case, the theory of this timeline is that the making Chen Alter the anniversary operator for us instead, because of all the events that happened before that, it might be timed so nicely that the Summer Carnival actually happens properly on our anniversary date. It feels quite wild to think that this seems actually possible and it fits the timeline very well, that Chen Alter can just be rebranded as second anniversary and then Undertides is just, I don't know, limited operator in October for every AK event from now on. The other reason why people are saying that there's base for this theory is because of the way that Annihilation is running. So if you see Annihilation right now, we're at Annihilation 6. Annihilation 7 is a Siesta map, so it's the Obsidian Festival map, and then Annihilation 8 is Undertides, followed by Annihilation 9 with Origin and Dust. Some people are saying that if they need to follow the Annihilation timeline, Annihilation 8 is going to drop exactly when Undertides happen. And it's not a common thing where the Annihilation stage is exactly the same concept as the event that is running. Meaning to say, we're going to experience Annihilation with all the Undertides enemy when the EX stages for Undertides haven't even opened yet. So I understand some people feeling that way, but I'm gonna debunk that thinking after this as to why I think that's a little bit absurd. Let's continue this timeline if Chen Alter was made as anniversary instead. After Summer Carnival is CC Wild Scales, and then we're gonna get Chapter 9 release, followed by Mariano rerun, and then is Pinus Silvertris, and the half-year anniversary. Now, the magical thing that I need you guys to see here is that no matter which format that it is, the timing of our anniversary and the fan appreciation event for us is gonna be the exact same. Whether we get Skadi Alter early or she's pushed back as anniversary, both ways things just fit the timeline. Now, the benefit of this timeline is that the limited operators are kind of more spread out. They're more spread out to suit exactly how CN experienced it. It was once every 3 months. But that's also the reason why CN people are even angry in the first place. Imagine getting limited operator like every 3 months or every month. It's gonna be quite a traumatizing experience if Arknights actually keep up with this, which I don't believe they're gonna do that anymore after so much outrage from the community. Even so, going back to the timeline, this is a little bit more spread out. There's a little bit more breathing space between each limited operator compared to the previous one. Still, it doesn't deny the number of limited operators that we're gonna face at least over the next few months. So now comes the question as to Cookie, which timeline is probably the correct timeline? Now, the second theory that states that anniversary is going to happen earlier for us in the month of October. Now, the reason why I don't think anniversary is going to be shifted forward, as in it's going to happen earlier for us, and then afterwards we have to suffer with the shock that Skadi Alter happened so early, is that the thing is there's going to be a lot of rebranding trouble that AKEN has to do, such that now they need to find a proper reason to call Skadi Alter a limited banner that we have to celebrate in October. Like, what are they gonna call it? Halloween banner? I'm not sure what AKEN plans for this, but it's very, very awkward to redo the whole thing. And what's more, the summer event was branded as a big summer carnival festival sort of thing. it's very weird if they need to do a double up action where they make Chen Outer both an anniversary and a summer team event together. And even if that's the case, then it becomes this question of, if Chen Outer is considered our anniversary, then is that when we get our W Spark Store, or is W Spark Store gonna be for Skadi Outer, you know? Like, which occasion does it actually tie to? I think there's just way too much complication if Chen Outer is actually the anniversary. I think it's more logical and less troublesome that AKEN actually just goes by that whole reshuffling thing, just shift our anniversary back, push all the events forward, and then you know, things will just work out just fine. So all in all, just removing the previous calendar because my previous skin had both. I think the current one that I'm showing right now is the proper timeline of what AKEN is going to experience. I just realized I forgot to put the disclaimer before talking about all of these that every single date that you see here are predictions done by me. I decided to just randomly space out the stuff in accordance to AKCN's way of putting their breaks and then also tying in with the way that AKEN did it. So in any case, I'm just going to skim through. This is going to be the timeline that we're going to face. If any of you want to see this timeline, you want like the calendar version, a calendar invite for this, do let me know. I don't know how many people is actually interested to subscribe to this. I will try my best to update this timeline in accordance to what AKEN experience as time passes. So otherwise, I hope this video helps you guys out. And if you guys have any questions or your own theories as to what AKEN is going to experience in a bit, do let me know in the comments. I'm always actively reading all of the things that you guys stated. And if not, I shall see you guys within all the next few videos that I'm making. Alright, enjoy yourself. See you, 07.